Am I the a-hole for saying I'll take on more responsibility so my parents can adopt my special needs cousin, but only until I'm 18 and then I'll be done? My parents have 4 kids. I'm 16 male, the oldest, and next is my brother Harry, 13 male, then my sister Jazz, 11 female. And then my youngest sister is Amy, 8 female. Harry and Jazz have autism. Neither can talk clearly, but mumbling is the best they have learned. And they were delayed developmentally, so walking came later for them as well. Harry and Jazz are in a special needs school, a private one, because my parents wanted the best chance for them, and this place was highly recommended. Both my parents work longer hours for this. And because of the longer hours they work and the aftercare they're paying for Harry and Jazz, it has meant I needed to take on some more responsibility, and especially with Amy. I take care of her every day after school until our parents come home. That includes cooking and deep cleaning the kitchen after I finish making food for us so my parents can cook for Jazz and Harry, and not risk any issues with the food because both have highly sensitive taste buds and they have limited diets. When Harry and Jazz go for respite or all-day therapies, my parents make time for Amy and just Amy. They don't want her to feel left behind or like she doesn't matter. I do not get the same attention. I never did, even when I was younger and things were bad. Amy was always the kid they prioritized time with when they had it. And I had expectations put on me that I would do my best to give her a great childhood. They put a lot of that responsibility for that on my shoulders by the time I was just 11. I'm also more responsible for keeping the house clean because of my parents' working hours. Sometimes I'm the only one who cleans in a week, and I used to try and get Amy to help out with some light stuff. And my parents told me to let her enjoy her childhood. Recently my uncle and aunt died, and my cousin, who also has autism, ended up in foster care. My parents wanted to take him, but they told me they would need me to step up and do more for us to make it work. They even told me how bad my cousin has it in foster care right now. Dad told me he has not found stability since his parents died several weeks ago. So what do they want? Me to take over all the cooking, for me to do the grocery shopping, but not with Amy, of course. And they want me to start adjusting to having 3 kids, 2 with special needs, at times. So they can take 1 kid at a time to their therapies and appointments. It pissed me off because they also asked me to babysit all 3 special needs kids so they can make a bit more time for Amy, because it will be hardest on her. I was pissed off, so I said sure, I'll do it, but only until I'm 18 and then I'll be done and they will never see me again. My parents told me my anger was unwarranted and everyone has to make sacrifices when a family is dealing with this many special needs kids. Am I the a-hole?
Not the a-hole. I am sympathetic to your parents to an extent, as they're in a tough position. Foster care can be a very difficult situation for children with different care needs, but the amount they are trying to put on you isn't reasonable. You're not an adult and shouldn't be expected to completely lose the last years of your adolescence.
Yes. I feel really bad for my cousin too, because his needs are a lot different to my siblings, but it's still incredibly difficult for him. And I know in the wrong foster homes he won't be treated well. I agree. But the issue is they no longer see me as a kid. I'm not sure if they have for a very long time. I feel like when I started kindergarten they saw me as an 18-year-old college student who didn't really need parents and from that could take on the world.
Not the a-hole. If you haven't read up on being parentified, you're a classic victim. Is there someone at school or a friend's parent that can advocate for you and explain the injustice to your parents? If not, you might have to take the nuclear option. When the social worker comes round to check on your home situation, which I assume will happen before any adoption, explain exactly what they're asking of you. Don't lose your temper, frame it in terms of your concern that you can't manage all that in your schoolwork. Say how relieved you are that they aren't placing any of the burden on Amy, because it means that at least she's had a childhood. If the adoption goes ahead after that, I'll be very surprised, and it might change a few other things. Best of luck.
My parents will not care if a friend's parent speaks to them. My best friend's parents are aware of the situation and they have always been kind to me. Not that I really get to see them often anymore. But my parents have put me at the bottom of the priority list. They considered me 18 when I was only starting school. They saw me as someone capable of being an adult before I was even old enough to spell my name. The nuclear option would likely make my life even worse than before, so I won't speak up most likely. I would just say whatever to give my parents what they want and try to keep my focus on turning 18 and moving out. I know it's maybe not the healthiest solution. I just don't see one where my life improves until it's entirely in my own hands.
Move out now. Gather all the evidence for everything you do and what they did to you, how they treat you, get all your important documents and move in with them. I'd love to see what your parents want to do against that. They're severely abusing you for years now. No one would send a 16-year-old back into this situation. And you have enough people to testify against them.
I am so angry for you right now. They expect you to throw your whole life away to look after kids that are not even yours. Not the a-hole.
And they expect me to be fine with never needing parents. They expect me to be the third parent adult and make sure everyone stays afloat while not caring if I do.
Okay, so here's the new plan for the next 2 years. Say no. Not my kids, not my responsibility. Keep saying no. Literally refuse. Stay at school as long as possible, go to the library, go to friends' houses. Go to your grandparents or aunts and uncles. Basically go home the absolute minimum. Let your parents figure out some alternative. Would it be possible to go live with your grandparents or aunts and uncles? Yes, they will go nuclear, but at this point you have nothing to lose.
Am I the a-hole for humiliating my daughter by treating her as she has been treating others? My tone isn't going to come off good in this post. I am extremely disappointed in my daughter ever since she has been at college. She commutes to campus. She used to be such a kind person and now she has this higher and mighty attitude. Anytime someone asks for help, she will either be condescending, tell them it's not her issue, or straight up call them dumb. I have talked to her so many times and it always results with her telling me she is an adult. One example is my son asked for help with an essay. He was learning MLA formatting and didn't understand it. She saw I was helping him and made comments about him not being the smartest. I shut it down, but damage done. He already has confidence issues with his grades and she knows that. That resulted in argument. She is taking an art class, it's not going well for her. I can paint and she asked for help. I told her everything that her has been saying to other people in the home. She started to get really upset when I made a comment about her not being smart. I finished with telling her this is how you make others feel when you do this to them. She is refusing to talk to me. My wife is pissed that I humiliated her and is calling me a dick.
Not the a-hole. Treat others how you would like to be treated. She learned she doesn't like to be humiliated when asking for help in a subject area she isn't good at. She treated everyone else like that, and upset and humiliated her brother. If that's how she thinks people should be treated in that situation, then she cannot expect anything different if she finds herself in their shoes. I think you taught her a valuable lesson. I hope she learns from it. Does sound like your wife might be partially responsible for her attitude though, if she thinks it's okay for your son to be humiliated, for no reason, but not your daughter, who humiliated your son.
Not the a-hole. Your approach was what I would define as being cruel to be kind. If your daughter continues disparaging people, someone will surely tune her up. You may have saved her from getting called out in a more severe and very public way. She claims to be an adult. If she can dish it out, surely she can take it. Hopefully, she will learn to do better. One question though, was your wife pissed when your daughter humiliated your son?
Info. I told her everything that she has been saying to other people in the home. What exactly does that include? Calling her stupid, dumb?
The biggest ones she has been saying? Her biggest lines have been, "You can't do X, must be an idiot." Many variations of that one, but that one in general. Another one is going, "Oh, can you not figure out such an easy thing? She does it like you talking to a small kid." I used that. I also did the line, "You X years old and you still need mommy daddy's help." Finally, I did the line, "I'm an adult, I don't need to help idiots." I went on for like a minute. These are all things she has said to other people, mostly her brother. I just did her favorite lines I have heard.
I'll probably get downvoted, but I don't feel you are the a-hole. She is verbally abusing her sibling. She is not a child and knows damn good and well what she is doing. Everyone would be up in arms if this was a partner or a friend she is speaking to in this manner. In the real world, people match energies. She wants to call someone an idiot, be prepared to receive the same. Learning how to navigate the world as a young adult isn't a pass for being an a-hole to others.
Not the a-hole. Good on you for shutting down this behavior and giving her a taste of her own medicine. I say go ahead and throw her words back at her as long as you make it clear you are only saying these things to teach her a lesson, you don't actually mean them. She needs to apologize to her brother and anyone else she has said this type of thing to. If this does not put a stop to her behavior, I would take it a step further and tell her if she is so much better than everyone, then she must not need any support and can pay for her own schooling.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.